So now we want to add the logic so that when the player clicks on the rock, the computer is going to choose their choice. Right? So either rock, paper, or scissor. And so we're going to set this up very similar to the way that we set up the text-based version of the game. Right? We're just going to do this and pick a random number from 1 to 2. I'm sorry, 0 to 2. And we could do that up here at the top. So let's do that. Computer choice is equal to random.randrange. And of course we need to import random at the top. Okay, so we got the computer choice now. And if this condition is true, then we know that the user chose to pick the rock, right? So what we can do here is have some logic, right? And this logic is going to need to check what we're going to print out for who won and who lost. So this logic is going to look very similar to what we have here. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it right here. And what we're going to say here is if choice is equal to rock, right? But choice on our text-based version of the game was the variable that we used to save the user's choice, right? We did it right here where the user enters in their choice. And computer choice is the variable that we use to save what the computer chose. So then in our Boolean expression, what we did is we said if the user chose rock and the computer chose rock. Right? But when we're over here in our graphical version of the game, the only reason why we would come into this body of the if statement is if the player chose rock, right? Because they clicked on the rock button. So we don't need this. All we need to do to check is if the computer chose rock, right? And same thing here, and same thing here, right? And now, if the computer did choose rock, what do we want to do? Well, we want to write on the screen. We don't want to write in the console, right? So we're going to go ahead and replace this with that. And we're going to change up what it says. And I'm going to put computer chooses rock. And before I do that, I need to go ahead and move the turtle, right? So I don't want to move the turtle here, here, and here, right? I want it to move and then write, right? So I'm going to do it once outside of the loop. I'm going to say t.pen up. I'm going to do t.go2. And the turtle is currently at 0, -50. So I want it to be a little bit lower than that. So it's still going to be 0, but I'm going to do -100. Let's see how that looks. And then once we do that, then we can do our t.write, and we should be good to go. And we also want to write whether they win or lose, right? But maybe we could save that for later. So let me go ahead and choose that one. So the computer now chooses paper. And the last one is computer chooses scissors. So let's do here computer chooses scissors. Okay, so let's see if this works, right? We'll run it. I'm going to do that. Ooh, good, it works. Computer chooses rock. Okay, right. Yeah, so it works for the rock, right? Because that's what we programmed. And now the challenge exercise would be to make it work for the paper and the scissors.